Welcome back to Look Movie Recaps. The film begins in Las Vegas at a bar where Nick Wilde is enjoying a drink. Doris enters and appears to catch his attention as she approaches her table. Suddenly, another man named Osgood comes to the club and has a rendezvous with Doris, who had arrived earlier. Surprisingly, Nick approaches and asks Doris to dance with him. He begins to mock Osgood and removes his wig, but Doris drags him outside to prevent him from being beaten. Nick continues to mock, but Osgood assures Doris that he can handle Nick, even when he appears too old to fight. Doris is impressed when Osgood tries to take off Nick's wig and warns him before punching him to the ground. He forces Nick to plead for forgiveness, which he does, and Doris rushes out of the car to embrace Osgood, declaring him her hero. The scene shifts to a woman who is dumped at a hospital. When one doctor steps outside to smoke, he observes her. The medical team responds to her and attempts to learn what happened to her, but all she says is Nick's name. Nick, a Las Vegas bodyguard with lethal professional skills and a personal gambling problem, gets up to go to work. Shortly after, a young man called Cyrus Kink walks in asking for him. He informs Nick that he would like to hire him as a tour guide on his trip to Las Vegas, as he was suggested by his neighbor. Cyrus, who is interested in gaming, informs him that he would want to use his services because some individuals may mistreat him due to his age. Nick accepts his offer to show him around Vegas and protect him while he gambles. Later, Nick meets with Osgood, and it is revealed that they are close friends and the fight was staged to impress the woman. Osgood pays him $500 plus a $500 extra for his imitation, but Nick declines. Nick later moves to a diner and tells his waitress pal Roxy that he needs $500,000 to leave Las Vegas and retire in Corsica for 5 years. She hands him a note from a woman named Holly, who invites him to visit her residence. When Holly, the woman dumped at the hospital, arrives at her house, she rushes out to hug him. Holly, a professional escort, tells him about her experience the night before at the Golden Nugget Hotel. She met 3 unknown males in an elevator who compelled her to accompany them to their room. The one who appeared to be the boss raped her first before the other 2 men got their chance and then dumped her outside the hospital. She gives Nick $100 for the first hour to assist her in figuring out who they are so she may sue them. Nick advises her to contact a lawyer or a detective, but Holly questions how he can fail to assist her after visiting the Golden Nugget. Nick informs her that there is organized crime inside the hotel and reminds her that he told her to avoid it. The hotel's owner, Baby, attempted to get Nick to work for him, but he declined, and the two agree not to interfere with one another's company. Nick asks a housekeeper named Millicent for information on the man, and the two resolve to meet later. She informs him that the man is called Danny DeMarco's Kid, a crime leader in southern Italy, and provides him with the room address. She asks that he not interfere with Danny. Nick then phones Holly to advise her that he did not receive any information from the housekeeper he met. Holly realizes he's hiding some information and reminds him of how much she's been there for him, asking him to be there for her too. Nick joins Cyrus for the tour at night and conducts him around numerous locations, including other casinos. Most locations are packed, so Nick takes him to his favorite spot where Cyrus attempts to learn more about him but ignores him. Cyrus moves to the gambling table while Nick waits, but Holly's final comments give him a lot to think about. This causes him to leave Cyrus at the casino and go to Holly's house and give her the name of the dude. Nick knows she is not interested in taking them to court, so Holly reveals that she wants revenge for all she has gone through. She wants Nick to go and assault them, giving her the opportunity to get her retribution after weakening them. Nick drives to the Golden Nugget to face Danny, posing as Baby's messenger. Danny's bodyguards open for him and escort him to Danny, but they clarify that they thoroughly checked him. Nick questions him about what happened to Holly, and Danny, being arrogant, tells him she's a hoe. He mistakenly believes Nick is a pimp, but Nick gives him his credit card to prove otherwise. Nick begs to go, but Danny reminds him that it will be difficult to do so without teaching him a lesson first. Danny assigns him the duty of pleasing him so that he will allow him to leave, but Nick fails, so he orders his guys to give him a lesson. A battle breaks out, and Nick attacks Danny's goons, protecting himself with his credit card. Danny attempts to kill him, but he dodges the gunshots and knocks him down, tying them all. He welcomes Holly, who wonders if Danny remembers her when she takes scissors. Danny becomes afraid and tells her to take $50,000 from his safe and leave. Holly hands Nick the money and goes on to consider castrating Danny, telling him to pray for forgiveness. Given Holly's seriousness, Danny breaks down and begs for her forgiveness, prompting her to pardon him while taking the money. When Nick moves out, he warns Holly to leave town because they will be pursued. They split the $50,000 evenly, and Nick heads to a casino. He starts playing blackjack with his dealer pal, Cassandra, but Nick believes it's his lucky night. He wins the first bet and continues on a massive winning run until the dealer's shift changes. After changing Cassandra, Nick stops playing and goes to meet Cyrus. He suddenly realizes that his luck is still on his side and returns to the gambling table, increasing his investment. He goes on a massive winning streak, attracting the pit boss and other spectators. His winning streak now totals over $500,000, and he wins one more time before ending. He goes for a drink with Cyrus, who questions him about his next plans, and Nick tells him that he intends to retire. He steps up to go to the cash to cash out, but he immediately experiences an anxiety attack. He feels the $500,000 is insufficient and decides to gamble again, believing his luck is still on. He deposits his entire $500,000 and the $25,000 he received from Holly at once. Unfortunately, he loses the bet, leaving him astonished. He drinks because he is depressed and has a lot of thoughts and regrets, but only until he loses consciousness. The next day, he wakes up to discover Cyrus, who informs him that he passed out and that the staff helped him out after Cyrus tipped them. Cyrus tells him that he wants his help in mentoring him on how to be brave and fight. Cyrus is shown to be a self-made millionaire who offers to make Nick wealthy in exchange for his services. Nick declines the invitation and heads downstairs for a drink. Soon, Danny's men arrive to deliver him to Danny, and a brawl breaks out in the pub. Nick violently attacked the men since he had an opportunity to vent his fury while eliminating them. The cops arrive to intercede. He is transported to the Golden Nugget to meet Baby, the mafia lord of Las Vegas. Baby informs him that he has gotten a report about him breaking into one room and killing two men. And Danny is the witness. Baby leads him to meet Danny so that they may resolve the issue. Danny describes how brutally he was attacked and battered them before killing his bodyguards. Nick presents his side of the tale, and it is discovered that he does not kill with guns, implying Danny is framing him. Nick informs them of 2 cuts on Danny's manhood, prompting Baby to instruct Danny to remove his pants to prove Nick false. Danny refuses, which leads Baby to believe that Nick assaulted them for a reason and convinces Danny that he will handle the situation. When Danny leaves, Baby warns Nick that they will come after him, but he assures him that he did not kill Danny's bodyguards. Later on, he drives to the diner for a lunch, and Cyrus sits alongside him. He explains that he is terrified to leave Las Vegas because he is a coward. He expresses gratitude for everything he has learned from him and gives him $500,000 and a plane ticket to Corsica. Suddenly, Danny's men arrive at the diner, but Cyrus distracts them with his singing, allowing Nick to escape. The guys pursue him outside, and Danny instructs them to seek for him everywhere, even though he is up listening to them. He moves down to engage them, holding just cutlery from dinner. After killing everyone, Cyrus approaches him and hands him the $500,000 check and a plane ticket to Corsica. Nick refuses, but following Cyrus's perseverance, he accepts them and resolves to leave Las Vegas before Danny's father avenges him, bringing the film to a close. Thank you for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe for future recaps.